What is going on, Thumbs? This is Some Brother 2, bringing you guys our Week 3 battle recap of the LDL Season 6 versus Jesse and the Boston Buzzwoles. And this was definitely a battle, you guys. This one took like over 45 minutes to do. Unfortunately, I was not able to record my live reactions in my live battle thought process. Hopefully next week, this upcoming week, I'll be able to do that. As for what it is right now, unfortunately, you're stuck with me kind of recapping everything. But as you guys do see on the screen, we have our team, which I did go over in detail in the team builder. So if you guys missed that, definitely go ahead and check out that video. Should have gone up yesterday. And Jetman 99, that Jesse man, he decided to bring the Miltank, the Golbat, the Blacephalon, the Buzzwole, the Excadrill, and the Tyrantrum. So no Gardevoir, which is really, really nice. I kind of expected a bit of these mons. The only one that I was actually kind of shocked to see was probably the Golbat and maybe the Excadrill. So I wasn't sure exactly what to do to lead off. Please, sorry about it. It's been a couple days since I've actually watched the video. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. If you guys are enjoying the season so far, definitely leave a like down below as we go over, as the season continues. But I'm going to go ahead and lead with liability here, just because it's going to be my safest net for whatever comes in, and hopefully he doesn't bring in anything too crazy. And he brings in the Miltank. I'm like, okay, that's not bad. The worst thing you can do here is body slam me, and I'm just going to go ahead and get up rocks, and that's actually what we're going to go ahead and do, is trade rocks. And you guys see how quick this little fat cow is. This little fat cow outsped our Crocodile. But yeah, it's okay. So big whoop. We have rocks on both sides of the field. I'm gonna go ahead and go for the safe knockoff, just cause if that's actually, did I? I think I did. Let me double check here. Like I said, it's been a minute. Yeah, I went for the knockoff here, and he brings in TB2, which is me. That's me. He named the Buzzwole after me. And he's like, ah! Anyway, I'm sorry. Jesse just said, you will let me win because of the nicknames on one of my mon. I'm like, wait, what the hell are you talking about? What could one of your mons be nicknamed that I would just let you win? And once I saw this, I'm like, oh, Jesse, my dude. But we go ahead and go for the knockoff, and we actually knock off his choice Scarf, which is exactly the best case scenario, because now that thing won't be able to wreck as bad as it can. I'm going to go ahead and switch right into Bellatrix, because it can actually live a lot of hits, surprisingly, I found out. And so, especially if he went for a fighting type move, he actually goes for the Ice Punch here, and I was really scared, but Bellatrix actually goes ahead and takes that somehow. I'm like, okay, should I Mystical Fire? Yes, I'm going to Mystical Fire. And so we had the Miltank come in. I'm thinking, oh, it's Thick Fat. I just figured out what this is, and then I saw this damage. And I'm like, there's no way that's Thick Fat damage. What is this? Is this Sap Sipper? Did I just get the best luck ever? And I'm thinking, this is my opportunity to set up the Nasty Plot. This is the opportunity to set up the Nasty Plot, you guys. And like, it's so early in the match, there's no way, but I'm going for it. I went for that Nasty Plot. Whew! And I felt good. It's like, there's nothing that this Miltank can do. There's nothing that this Miltank can do to us. And then he goes for Body Slam. And that's when it hit me. Miltank gets scrappy. Miltank gets scrappy, and I just misplayed so hard there. My big win sweep con is gone. I'm like, okay, fine. It's not Thick Fat, it's Scrappy. He can come in and do the damn work, can do the damn thing. And I'm just going to go ahead and see if he swaps out. I went for U-turn, because a very powerful fire type and something that can close combat my Miltank is coming at me. Jesse's thought process in that situation is, I'm going to stay in. I don't know. So I go for the U-turn thing, and he's going to swap off, and I want to get the initiative. He doesn't do that. And so I'm like, oh, okay, I'm just going to switch right back into liability, because there's nothing you can do to me. I just thought that was just such a weird turn. He stayed in on the Infernape, and he goes for the Thunder Wave. And I guess the way he said it, the way he thought about it was, I can somewhat live if he does go for anything, and I can Thunder Wave him, because he's bound to be Scarf. I'm like, okay, that makes sense, but you're an idiot for staying in, Jesse. I'm sorry. But we of course don't have anything happen. We come in for basically free, and we're at max health now after the leftovers. And he's gonna go ahead and go for the milk drink. I'm like, you want to go for the milk drink and get your health back? I'm perfectly fine with that. Let's go ahead and knock off. Oh no, superpower. Let's go ahead and go for the superpower to see what you do here. I knock off later, guys. Don't worry. And so we do see that it does do 50%, which is actually really, really nice. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do that. I'm sorry, guys. And I'm like, okay, if he's gonna milk drink, this is my opportunity to go into my Palladium, our Mega Aggron, get it in for free, because he's gonna milk drink. He wants to keep this thing healthy. And this is the opportunity I was waiting for, and this is the reason why I wanted Toxic on this thing. So I'm gonna go ahead, we're gonna Mega Evolve in all of our great steely goodness, and we're gonna go ahead and go for the Toxic on the Miltank. And he's gonna go ahead and Thunder Wave us. I'm like, you know what? I'll take that trade. I will take that trade any day. We're already slow as it is. Just please don't get paralyzed. We get the Toxic off, and we land it. That is awesome. So now this thing's only able to stay on the field for so long, which I love. This is the exact reason why I brought Toxic. Now he went ahead and withdrew, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm just gonna stay in, because there's really nothing that can't happen, and I'm just Stone's Dig into the Buzzwole, and I'm just gonna go ahead and roar him out. That's like, let's roar him out. Why not? And so he roars right into. I roar him right into the frickin' Excadrill. I'm like, okay, great. This is what I didn't want, because he mold breaks our filter, which is why he does so much damage. But I'm gonna go ahead and stay in just to do the damage on him. And you'll see how much damage he can do to us. He does a little under 50%. I'm praying we don't get paralyzed here. We get the Earthquake off. It's not going to be enough to knock him out, however, which I was aware of that. But I'm like, if we can just get him low enough, he won't be able to do a whole lot, especially if we have Mach Punch. And so Palladium's done its job. I'm going to go ahead and swap right out into Liability, because Liability can eat up the hits, especially after an Intimidate. I think an Earthquake only does, I want to say, like 30% to us, which is really, really crazy. You'll see right here just how much damage that does do. And I think he actually ended up getting the high roll, because we do end up barely surviving above 50% there. But you know what? That's okay. We're living this all day. I'm going to go ahead and go for this, the safe Earthquake, just to guarantee that we knock out, because I wasn't sure if Knockoff was going to be able to do it. So Liability picks up his first kill, and I feel super good about that. The Excadrill is gone as well, which means our Jolteon can come in freely and Volt Switch. And now we have Bates Rage coming in, which is the Tyrantrum. And this is actually where things got scary, guys. I'm going to go ahead and swap right out into my my Florges, our Periwinkle, just in case there's the Outrage, because the Outrage or the Superpower was the only thing that could have killed us, and he goes for Rock Polish. He goes for Rock Polish! And at this point, I'm thinking, I'm doomed. This thing's at +2 now. What's going to happen? But I double-checked the calcs. If he was Jolly Max Speed with 1 Rock Polish up, we actually still outsped with Hiduzen, our Infernape, so I felt safe, I felt good. I'm like, okay, the only thing he can do to us now is go for the Head Smash. And that's the only way he knocks us up. But we actually end up forcing him out, and he goes straight into Jordan, who is going to be the Golbat. I'm like, okay, he takes 25% from rocks. I'm perfectly fine with that. Let's go ahead and Moonblast him. And I could eat up a little bit of hits here with Periwinkle, which was actually quite shocking to me. But with that Bold Nature, you never know what's going to happen. And so he goes for the Defog here. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, it helps keep you going. I can't roar you out as much as I'd like, but I'm going to go ahead and get the Wish off here, because this will allow me to heal up either Crocodile or our Mega Aggron, Liability or Palladium. So I'm liking that. I really am, and so if he wants to switch out, he can, and he's going to go ahead and swap out, and I'm thinking, who's going to be the best one to swap into here to take this hit? And I'm going to go ahead and switch right out into Palladium. It's the whole reason why Wish it works so well with Mega Aggron with our Periwinkle. And so we're almost at full health, which is super nice. He's going to go ahead and go for the Earthquake here. And this is what's really scary. We see how much damage that this doesn't do. And we're going to go ahead and get the Toxic off on him. Because we're eating up hits all day. I don't know why he didn't go for the fighting move, but oh well. But on the off chance he did go for the fighting move, I didn't want to deal with it. I wanted to kind of switch it off and keep him guessing of what was going on. But he does go for the Drain Punch here. Really nice move on his part. We're still eating it up right here. So I believe what I did here is I went for the Roar. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. Just because I didn't want to deal with Buzzwole, I couldn't weaken it as quickly as he was weakening me. And he goes right out into the Tyrantrum again. I'm like, damn it, that's what I didn't want to happen. So he's going to go ahead and go for the Rock Polish again. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to Earthquake you, you idiot. Why would you Rock Polish? And so we're going to see how much damage this does do, and it's going to be enough to pick up the kill next time around, but the weakness policy activates, ladies and gentlemen, and I about near screamed because I honestly forget weakness policy is a thing. I honestly forget weakness policy is a thing, and I was just like, no, this thing's gonna sweep me. Except for Hiruzen. If he knocks out Palladium, that's fine, but this thing is gonna take out our Mega Aggron, and that sucks. And I looked at the calcs. We were sitting. I can't remember where we were sitting, but the damage that I put, it's like if he's adamant, let's do worst case scenario. Adamant, max attack, max speed, +2 rock polish with the weakness policy, which gives him +2 in attack and +2 in special attack. We don't need to worry about the last one. If he was to attack me with his strongest move, which would have been Earthquake if I'm not mistaken, he had a 50-50 shot to either knock me out or not. It was a 50-50 roll. It was a 50-50 roll. And I'm like, I have to risk this. I have to risk this to get rid of this thing. And we see right here, we living on 2, baby. We are living on 2. And we get the Earthquake off. We break through paralysis once again, baby. And this Tyrantrum can no longer scare our team, which was very, very good prep, honestly. Jesse, if that roll would have been just a little bit more, bro, you would have done some damage. I'm not gonna lie, but Buzzwole comes in. He's gonna go ahead and go for the Drain Punch. I feel like Palladium deserves a nice rest. And it just gives me the free initiative to switch right into something, whether that be Infernape or Jolteon. And after the toxic damage here, even after the Beast Boost, which was actually kind of scary to let him do now that I'm realizing it, he's sitting right around 50%. I'm like, this is the perfect opportunity for Jack to come in. Jack's going to come in. There's no more rocks on the field. And Jack's going to go for the Thunderbolt, and he's going to go ahead and pick up the knockout on the Buzzwole. Another huge threat out of the way, and it's going to be really nice. And it was really nice that we got rid of that Scarf so early to allow Jack to come in and do that. But now we have the Haxlord coming in, and the Haxlord, I wanted to see if it was a Scarf set, which it was. And so we're going to go ahead and live a Flamethrower, surprisingly, and we're going to Volt Switch out just in case, and that does a huge bunch of damage. That was a lot of damage for a single Volt Switch. And we're going to go right into Hiruzen because we guarantee outspeed by 1 point. That's exactly what we planned for. And he's going to go ahead and swap out. I'm safe to honestly just kind of stay in, if I'm not mistaken. And so I went for the Flare Blitz just in case anything else did decide to come in. And so we're going to get the Flare Blitz off. It's one of our strongest moves. We see how much damage that does do. And I'm like, I want to preserve differential here just because Hiruzen does have a lot more to do. And so I'm going to go ahead and send in Liability. And this is where things kind of got scary. I talked about this in the team builder here, but he goes for the Air Slash. And I'm like, he's a special set? Why would he? Boom. Like, it hit me right then and there. And oh, I just made my nose itch. So I'm going to go ahead and get up the Stealth Rock. I outspeed it, so it just goes to show me it's fully defensive investment on some side. But he's going to go ahead and go for another Air Slash. was trying to whittle me down. I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing. If you try and air slash me one more time and you don't flinch me, I'm getting rid of that. I'm getting rid of you. But I'm going to go ahead and swap out just to be safe. I'm like, well, if he's special, Periwinkle can handle this all day. He can eat any special attack. And he goes for the air slash once again. We're going to see how little damage this does. Oof, we're eating it up all day. I'm like, this is the perfect opportunity for me to wish onto either Jack or wish onto Liability. And he's going to go ahead and go for the roost, giving me the free opportunity to go for the wish. And I'm thinking, well, if I do go in... or I'm actually going to go for the Moonblast to see how much damage this does. That's right. To see if you might have swapped. But we lower his special attack. I'm like, okay, if you're special attacking, that's fine. You're at -1. So to combat that, he actually is going to go ahead and go for the Nasty Plot, which is something that I actually feared. However, I'm not sure why he would want to put it on a defensive set Golbat, but it's whatever. I'm going to go ahead and get the Wish off here. And realizing that I can't bring Jack in safely to take a hit because it is so low health. I know I can live one more Air Slash with Liability at +1. Which is very, very close. This was a very, very close roll, but I guarantee to live this hit 100% of the time. And as we do see, we live right on 1. He got the max roll for that attack, and we lived on 1. And the wish came true, and the leftovers, and we're sitting just right at 50% or a little over. And I go for the knockoff. Just want to get rid of that EVO Light. And we actually crit him, unfortunately, which sucks. But we guaranteed outspeed the next turn to knock him out. But down goes the Golbat. And Crocodile, my Liability is on point. The rocks are still up. And you see that once Haxord comes in after the rocks, it's going to go down. So Crocodile picking up 3 kills so far. 3 kills. Which is, I couldn't believe it. And this Crocodile was the set that I wasn't feeling the best on. And now here comes the Miltank. That is toxic. It's his final mon. He's going to go ahead and try and get at the Stealth Rocks just in case I want to switch out or anything. But I'm sitting nice and dandy here with Crocodile. I'm going to go ahead and go for the Earthquake, slowly start to whittle him down. I want him to get to that 50% range with the Toxic while he can Milk Drink and stuff. I just want to be able to get that superpower off. And at this point, you know, Jesse was like really mad at the damage rolls with the Mega Aggron, with the Crocodile. And I'm like, hey, there was a 50-50 on that Aggron. I could have outsped with Infernape. Then this one with Liability, I lived at 100% of the time. But he's going to go ahead and go for the Body Slam. And we're going to go ahead and get the superpower off. And your Salt Lake City Swamparts are picking up the 4-0 victory over the Boston Buzzwoles and Coach Jesse. Jesse, this was an intense battle, my dude. You kept me on my toes the whole entire time. It was very, very close. It could have gone any way with that damage roll with Palladium. And that crit on Golbat was unfortunate. But you know what, my dude? You played extremely well. You gave me a hell of a battle. And for that, I thank you. Hopefully I'll see you maybe in the playoffs, my dude. That's all I can say. But that's going to go ahead and wrap up this battle here for week 3 of the LDL, you guys. If you enjoyed it, definitely leave a like down below and comment, you know, what did you guys think of this battle? Was this like one of the best battles that we've ever had, or could there have been things that I could have done better, like remembering that Miltank got Scrappy for our Miss Magius. But I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here now, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Next week we will be facing Alejandro. And the... Oh no, what's Alejandro's team? Oh no, hold on, let me look this up. I can't leave it now without saying it. Alejandro is the... Come on, load. Alejandro and the coach of the Lakewood Trevenants, that's right. So, definitely look forward to that battle, you guys. I'm team building for it right now, and it's going to be very, very challenging. I'm just going to let you know that right now. But I'm going to get up out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Sunbrother2, and I'll see you in the next one.